that's what it always does. It's like, production, next screen. Draft.
Very nice.
We have the draft done. So far, we have a Broodmother first phase ban.
Come on!
What's with that? Normally we see second phase, and oh my god, that means that we're going to have Jen, Enchantress, Invoker, OD, Nature's Prophet, all still in the pool.
We saw it banned in the first phase yesterday as well, though. That was also Team Spirit, right? I believe it was.
I can look that up,
I'm not
actually.
100% sure, but there was one Broodmother first phase ban yesterday, and I think it was Team Spirit who did it.
There was no first phase Broodmother ban yesterday.
You're really sure?
100% sure. Broodmother was ignored in game 2 and a second phase ban on game 1.
Look at these
I'm
notes.
gonna have to look at this.
Oh, it's on.
Either it was yesterday or the day before, but there was definitely one.
I can tell you the day before as well. Actually, the day before, Vega first phase banned against London Conspiracy as well.
Yeah, so there is
that must mean
against
that
London
Kefka is legit brood player. Kefka is their offlaner.
So 2 different teams giving respect to London Conspiracy for the brood so much that they will not let her be picked even as a first pick.
Yeah.
That's a lot of respect to give, because Brood is one of those heroes that you can counterpick very hard.
Right.
Like grabbing any hero like a Tide Hunter, Sven, Legion Commander, Sanking. There's so many different options, but they just give respect that this player is good enough.
What the dickens is this? We got a first pick Nature's Prophet, you got Invoker, he's available, you got Chen, you've got a lot of things. Are you gonna go for an NP as your first selection? What the dickens, bro?
It opens the map up.
I mean, this is just Nature's Prophet being so... Okay, we see the screen. Nature's Prophet is a very flexible hero. He can be used in so many different drafts. So maybe they just feel that, okay, we're gonna take one step back and let London Conspiracy say what they're gonna do, and then we can counterpick around that or build our draft very flexibly with the Nature's Prophet. Probably it's gonna be Chen Invoker here, standard opening, but it's an interesting take by Spirit.
Team Spirit also obviously has Goblak drafting, and Goblak in the era where Goblak was, I believe, 2 years ago, he was the player or the captain that always banned out Brood first phase. When Brood was good, normally still banned or first phase picked. He does not want to play against Brood, and I believe he said so in an interview that he did so because he just likes to play his own game and he doesn't want to be forced into.
He's been like this in every patch, Goblak. He always likes to, if he finds disinterest for some hero, he will just first ban it all the time. And he did this in the old patch where Wisp was played a lot, like long ago. He would just ban it every single time, no changes on that. And doesn't matter if the enemy team had no Wisp player or whatever, he would just not take the risk. And he's very firm.
Removed.
He's a firm believer in that he can create his own Dota and draft his own style, and sometimes that means removing strong stuff. Funnily enough, he picked it.
Picking it, yeah.
Here we go, here we go. Here comes the global strat that we're seeing so much lately.
Definitely.
The drop in. So probably going to be seeing a Tiny, maybe a Sven here coming out for Team Spirit.
The thing is, it's hard to ban out. If you're London Conspiracy right now, I mean, you know you're against a Wisp, and there's going to be a Wisp combo. But there are so many good combos that they could pick. There's the CK, there's the Tiny, there's the Sven, there's the Ursa. I mean, even Legion Commander Wisp is a strong combination.
Yeah.
If you want to play against
Bristleback.
Against the Invoker, you can duel him. But yeah, even Bristleback, there are many combos that they can pull. So I don't think you ban against the Wisp combo. You should just ban the second support or the mid hero that you don't want to go up against.
Okay. What do you think is the best Wisp combo? The top tier one. The one.
I mean, most reliable, I'm gonna say Wisp Tiny, because you can always come back. Like, no matter how dark the game may look, you just need to kill the enemy team once, and you can relocate into the enemy base and just clone them. Like, it's so insane. Wisp Tiny can turn the most upsetting games. And other than that, I would just say maybe Wisp CK. Those two probably most reliable. But then you have the fact that Sven is so good in this patch.
Right.
So,
well, I have to agree with London Conspiracy's ban there of the Tiny, as we were just talking about. I mean, rather not have to go up against that combo. And this next ban should be pretty telling coming out from Team Spirit.
Yeah, Team Spirit, they removed the Enchantress first. They just don't want to get pressured a ton, because they don't have too strong lanes here. When you go for Wisp, normally Wisp wants to help out the mid, you know, run around and just grab some runes, run around with Bottle. Bounty Hunter is good against Wisp, so that's a sad matchup, but it does weaken your safe lane. Beastmaster getting removed here as well, so they're just trying to secure themselves from early pressure.
Okay. Chiefs, who would you like to see? Not who do you think is going to be in, but who would you like to see that we haven't made? Warlock? Yes! Another Warlock lover out there.
I would like to see Warlock. He just forces team fights. Who doesn't like team fights? Sand
mean-
King. Actually, we saw No Diggity play Sand King successfully. Maybe we see that later today. He's another one of those heroes that like is super active in terms of team fights and mobile and basically everything you want. So, London Conspiracy, are they gonna pick Sven here? So that because wouldn't
They
you
could.
rather deny the Sven?
They
rather
could.
than the
It
CK?
works good with the Invoker as well, because then you have the, again, Stormbolt and Sunstrike combination.
Whoa.
So that's a good drafting pattern. Now they effectively denied 3 heroes,
Yeah.
but the thing is that there are still good options for the Wisp. So we'll see if this was worth it or not. At least they get to pick what they're going to play against a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Which support hero would you like to see together with the IO? I mean, IO cannot be that active, and we know that Goblik, his team normally wants to be active. They often go for Bane.
I like Bane, Dazzle, or Revenge. I think these 3 are good here, like any of them. Bane might be really good in this game in particular because of Sven. And Goblik also loves drafting it,
Yeah.
so I would say that's the most likely one. But Dazzle is great with Wisp. You can heal up so much. You can grave whoever they focus. And it works good with a push strat from Nature's Prophet.
Ooh!
Okay, they grab their combo now. Not gonna wait for it.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
And Ursa can definitely win the man fight against the Sven if he gets tethered up.
Yeah.
Ursa against Bane is not amazing, or with Bane, I should say. I don't know. You have to clap and then you're fine. I guess.
It's okay. You can maybe like run up a Nightmare and then follow up
yeah.
with the clap afterwards.
Yeah.
Or even just a Wisp Spirits to wake up. But we'll see. I think they have many supports to choose from though, because there's
Yeah.
not many supports banned out yet. There's
True.
like nothing. Just
London
Ursa.
Conspiracy still needs
Just
theirs
Ursa.
as well. Which support can keep the Sven safe? I guess against Nature's Prophet would be the most logical option there.
Yeah, I think it's not about keeping him safe. They're gonna pick something that can kill, something aggressive that can make kills happen. So maybe even a Lina support. They have the Darkseer, they have Invoker, Sven Lina could be a good lane. That's just a thought though for London Conspiracy. But for Team Spirit, I think they might even go for Oracle here if they have the respect for the Darkseer that they want to shut down. But this is what we saw again before, the Darkseer Bounty Hunter. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
time, I really hope that Team Spirit
It was the same team?
It was London Conspiracy playing it last time.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna
Yes.
be busting all over again, my friend. Ghost move, my favorite
It was
move.
indeed. They were running their off-lane double.
Wasn't that Ghostbuster?
Yeah, the Buster, putting
That
the
goes
ball on the bounty hunter and spooking him out. Oh, busting that! It makes me feel real good. All right, coming up last
I don't want to know.
on Team Spirit. Whew. Okay, Team Spirit. Who would I pick here? I think that they're massively lacking in a good lockdown, especially with somebody like
They are.
Darkseer.
Yeah.
So Doom is an interesting pick. I mean, it's always good against Invoker. Shut him up good. Bounty Hunter as well. Darkseer.
Not necessarily a lot of lockdown still though.
Yeah, but
Team
they
Spirit.
need a stunner, baby.
Team Spirit going for these crazy drafts. I kind of like it though. I mean, I don't like to see a team with no stunts, apart from maybe what Doomer can bring. I mean, he has the stun punch and he can have a creep, but it can
Is this a-
definitely fall into dark territory against the Bounty Hunter.
Jungle Doom?
This draft. Yeah, if you go Jungle Doom or whatever you want to do here, you're gonna be in trouble. You can't put Doom mid. You're not gonna put him carry.
Which mid hero would be fitting for Spirit that has nice amount of disables? They just removed the puck. It's Dragon Knight making a comeback.
They could go for a fighting hero. I don't think Dragon Knight is gonna happen, but I think they could go for a fighting hero mid, like maybe the Queen, but I'm not sure. Death Prophet could be better. Then they have the Silence at least, which is almost as good as in Lockdown, and you have the Slow as well.
How are you gonna kite Sven though?
Yeah,
And
well,
Ursa's gonna get kited so much.
Yeah.
it's hard to kite Ursa when he has Wisp actually.
No, but there's
Even
gonna be
then.
tracks, there's gonna be surges, there's gonna be the Invoker that regardless is already a very fast hero.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely lacking in stunts, so they need to get good initiation, like a Blink Doom, blinking in and dooming either Darkseer or the Invoker. It's gonna have to be how they open the fights, or Sven, of course, that could be good. I don't know. Team Spirit, they rely on crazy stuff, but crazy stuff against Bounty Hunter is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when I say crazy stuff, I mean like fighting nonstop, taking weird engagements. This is where Bounty Hunter really thrives. He just gets the levels, and then suddenly level 2 track, and so much money for everyone who dies. So this is a risky path that Spirit are taking. London Conspiracy definitely have a pretty solid draft all around. Late game, great. Laning stage looks pretty solid, and their team fight is right now superior. So everything is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, it looks like they have all their bases covered, and this last pick should be pretty important, though. Especially, I'm really interested in Team Spirit's last pick, but London Conspiracy does have that going on. They're taking their time thinking about it.
I'm wondering if they're going to go for, like, the Lina that I was thinking about already when I saw this Sven, but it's... they're going to pick some AoE hero. They kind of have to. When they have this much playing into it already, like Darkseer, Sven, and Invoker is just so good combo heroes. You have to make use of this. And then it's easy to count.
Is CM a good one here? Is CM good here?
I don't think CM is so good. Bane. Okay. That's pretty good against their team, I guess.
Come on, baby. They got this.
I'm not super excited for this Bane.
Who's going to interrupt the Fiend script?
It definitely helps their lane even more, though. Because they can just lead with a Nightmare, and then afterwards they stun and Sunstrike, so they definitely have strong laning phase. I just, I don't see it fighting that well with their team.
But who's going to interrupt the Fiend script?
True, there's not many stuns.
They definitely need that.
I mean, you can't really Fiend script if you're close to Ursa, he's just gonna kill you. You can't Fiend script if you're close to Doom, he's gonna interrupt you in either his third skill or by...
Stun strike? What was it? Stun smash?
Stun punch.
Stun punch.
Stun punch.
Or
Sorry,
stun punch. And there's still a chance for one more disable being picked up here, so it's not guaranteed you're gonna get a long grip off.
There's gonna be
okay, no disable.
I guess you have a mini
stuns. They don't want real stuns to have two small stuns.
Mini stun, dog.
Mini stuns.
Woo! All right. Well, looks
Can
like
they do it?
Can they do it?
Because we all said that London Conspiracy was going to be the underdog with this match, right? Is this the right draft to beat Spirit?
Well, they can. Definitely for London, I believe so, but Team Spirit are coming out swinging. They're doing something crazy here. I think they're doing a...
Level 1 Roche?
No, I think they're doing a Lich Doom double lane.
But they can definitely do a level 1 Roche.
They can.
They could. I said the conspiracy is on.
Is level 1 Roche going to happen?
You
going to say now?
No. No way.
I don't believe so.
I'm gonna say yes. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Let's find out if it is gonna happen with our commentators. It is time for game number 1 with ODPixel and Draskell.
Hello indeed and welcome back to the cast. Today I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Draskell, and we're ready to go for London Conspiracy up against Team Spirit. The game is underway. Let's fire ourselves straight into the action. Andy, let's have a talk about the picks. Final pick, Bane from the side of London Conspiracy. Are you liking the Bane? And indeed, as the panel are wondering, is it the right pick to deal with Team Spirit?
I think it was something that was more of a, if you think about it, a denial pick. Because if Team Spirit wanted to make their lane significantly stronger, and when they already have an IO, having a Bane in conjunction with that kind of shores up a little bit of the issues that Wisp typically has, which obviously you're not going to have much influence in the laning phase. We could be seeing a dual lane mid coming out here from Team Spirit very easily, but most of the time, Wisp isn't known as, you know, that lane dominant hero, so they kind of also needed something to deal with the bounty hunter. If you look at what like Team Spirit have now, if they had a Bane instead of a Lich, I would say Bane is pretty good against bounty in the early game because you can actually trade with him, you can carry around some dust, Nightmare to set up kills. Now they have a Lich. And while Lich can help you win a lane, he's not really going to offer you any protection against bounty. So I do think that London Conspiracy have a better opportunity of doing early game damage by taking away the Bane from Team Spirit.
Alrighty, indeed. And talking about kind of in terms of the picks as well, the fact that Team Spirit have got an IO combo under their hands, they've got the IO Ursa. I mean, we've seen a lot of CIS sides, if they get a good start with the kind of the IO pairing, it can be pretty hard to deal with. London Conspiracy, can they deal with an over-farmed Ursa being taken around the map by an IO? Is there still going to be ways for them to come back if the side of Spirit get a good start?
Yeah, they have a decent amount of control. And there was also talk on the panel of how do you really interrupt Fiend's grip. I mean, you basically have to walk up on Doom and, you know, either cast Doom or use the flaming sword. That's not really a super reliable way of doing it. But at the same time, London Conspiracy's game plan isn't necessarily to deal with a late game. It's more to win their lanes really hard, abuse the bounty hunter, try to snowball as much as you can, abuse the Darkseer during the mid game with your melee core of Sven, and just, you know, go ham. Try to win the game quick.
As we see in the mid lane, it's trading hits, it's trading blows. Iceberg can always want to fly, pairing up against Baby Knight's Invoker. Did have Biver hanging around on the bounty to try and get him some space, but this mid lane matchup, I mean, Ursa versus the Invoker, you know, the back of the IO, but for the side of London having the backup of that bounty, is this going to be an even lane, or do you think the Ursa will still struggle against the Invoker?
Oh, I think the Ursa will be okay. It's actually very difficult for Invoker in this particular matchup to do anything. You can see he's playing it super defensively as well. He started with boots, so he realizes the killing power. He doesn't want to get himself punished right can just get chased down behind the tower and killed very easily. So they might be able to go top and deal some damage there, maybe go for the Furion or something, but...
And I guess in terms of the ways that the side lanes have panned out, this is Spark's lane. You'd rather have him down here contesting that of London Conspiracy safe lane.
Spirit. There's no question about that. If they get off to a good start, you know, they're the plan that they're looking for. But if Team Spirit can keep the pace of the game slow, get Roshan, do.
Biver. Just train hits with the Aya mid lane with the help of the Aya. Just a little bit too far away, and Iceberg, he's really mana here for the Ursa, thanks to the help of Always Want to Fly on his Aya. Still 2.5 potency of the lane. Is there somewhere that you expect just like that, something to just step up any moment? Left on his own with the double Iron Shell, it will be enough.
Two really strong static lanes. Ursa Wisp doesn't want to move around until they hit 6. Want to move around because their whole purpose and their strength is just shut Ice Armor on the Doom. That hero is hard to kill.
Bottom lane. And with that Sunstrike, great teamwork from London Conspiracy to take down Illidan.
Just immediately go for that kill, realizing they need the extra damage.
But in that sense, still, the issue mid the Iceberg getting pretty far ahead. Well, manages to get himself around Baby Knight. Nice play from the combo. And that's the thing, when you're up against this Ursa, you've got to be...
All supports except for the bounty either. Like, Bane can sit mid and...
Is there a Terra available? There is, but it's not going to be enough. Biver with, again, a smart rotation. Caught him just a little bit too late, and well, they're going to look for more with the Sunstrike. Onto Always Want to Fly Wilkoff in that mid lane, and 4-1. At this point of the game, it's just London Conspiracy time.
This is exactly what they need as well. Their lineup is more functional, at least before ultimates start coming out. And like we were saying, delaying the progress of the Ursa, extra levels on your bounty. Maybe you have track. Middle lane, though. Could see another dive.
Yeah, let's try for it. Still available, and they're ready to punish it. Maybe not now. Do you have to just have someone else sit mid with you, or do you this?
The Bane mid. Because this is the highest potential with Doom Scorched Earth, but it's not really as scary as a tethered Ursa at such an early... You know, uses Ghost Walk, as I mean, he could just be dead again. Like, they're just camping him.
Fine, but...
Right.
And I guess this is the smart thing of Team Spirit. There needs to switch something up it. It's not working.
He needs a support. He can't be in...
And we'll see what he does. See if he's learned his lesson now. 3, if he plays any differently, I'll be super surprised if we see him go down a 4th. And bottom lane, well, they make short work of Go Black. Can't quite get the time to get any Conspiracy. They lose out on the Invoker, but elsewhere the momentum's definitely starts into the Bounty Hunter. Goodbye, Biver.
Yeah, they can rush. Already Team Spirit opening up the opportunity to be able to go for Roshan. They have Ice Armor to make it an even easier... The first couple of minutes, it was London Conspiracy the ones applying all the pressure, but it really feels like the Bounty... And they're even giving, you know, Soul on a solo lane, and that's fine, but honestly, this is the guy who has the only control that's going to stop an Ursa from tower diving you or give you the opportunity.
Talking about tower diving, top lane. London Conspiracy, or maybe just gone early on, nonetheless, mid lane. Comes Fuzzy Wuzzy straight in, looking for Soul and rips him to pieces there. Strike onto Iceberg, London Conspiracy, they're doing it here in the mid lane. The tracks are out onto Funnick, Jello rips Goldblack the rundown, pops the charges, should be able to find it here. Goldblack tries to out, looking for Jellypy, but Jellypy's got the war cry, will still go down, and now Always Want to Fly coming back in. Kill onto the Invoker. It's an absolute mess in the mid lane. Illidan does try and get the Doom off.
All 3 of their cores, like the Doom, the Furion, and the Ursa all have a good amount of farm. So even though now on the table here for Team Spirit, this is something that you can very easily... There comes a stage in the game where Team Spirit, they can 5-man because they have map pressure, and you don't really have any catch yet for the Furion either. Only Hunter to gank, prevent Roche, and none of those things have really been done.
Does have Jellypy around the corner, but with the Scorched Earth, it's going to be hard to fight into. Jellypy deal with that as a twofer. But still 8 for 7. It's going to be nasty. But in terms of the farm game, you mentioned obviously Team Spirit and on. Would you just favour Team Spirit's lineup outright because of their draft?
I think so. One way. They can 5-man. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. London 2. It's a very flashy play, but it's harder to execute, and they have limited game and try to push and apply pressure that way, which I feel right now against the Aegis of the Earth, but they might not have a choice.
Putting a lot of attention up top of the London Conspiracy are coming in. There'll be TP reactions. Vacuum, going on to the Vacuum. Takes down the Bane. Stormhammer onto Always Want to Fly. They will take down the Eye in the back of the fight. They've also found 2 for 2. Baby Knight looking for the TP out. Will he make it? Yes, he will. Nothing to hold him back there. This map. But I think London Conspiracy again, they will be happy.
Because if you look at the Sven and the Invoker's actual farm, it's not really that impressive. I mean, so in order to recover in this game, they need to take good skirmishes. They need their Sunstrike, you know, Fiend's Grip into Sunstrike, abuse that high burst damage, and and try to win as many fights as you can.
Oh, mid lane again, baby, not much for this Invoker with the Blink Dagger picked up as well from Iceberg.
Invoking Ghost Walk wouldn't do anything. You kind of either have to like cold snap with Forge Spirits on the Ursa, hope that he does.
The Quick Nightmare does hold Iceberg back, but you can see with this Blink, and maybe if they can find Jellapi here. Oh, he's going to go for the Ridge of the River and they'll punish him for it. Jellapi will live that far into the jungle. Maybe looking to return back towards the mid lane, or Funnick will be able to make work of that on his own. So getting some of these objectives here into mid. They've got the rest of Team Spirit coming through, so maybe this is a point of the game where the Ursa is going to make it hard for London Conspiracy to defend unless they send the full crew in.
Yeah, they have to relocate Blink, Mask of Madness, Aegis, Ursa. This is not to just get the most bang out of their buck by having that Aegis up. And because the movement from London Conspiracy is going to be easier to telegraph, you're going to know that. Oh,
just Profit. They'll punish the fact that Funnick's left alone. They've got the Creep Wave reacting to this straight away and now making the movement up towards their own jungle. Could see something kick off their fight. Looks like they're already trying to back. Kefka on the run, but he's going to get caught out. They jump in, they doom him. Jellapi gets the TP away. Bounty Hunter in the sidelines, still keeping himself close to that cliff, but oh, that dust is going to... he's going to be a goner. Walks into Iceberg, quick few swipes, and again, another killing there as maybe he just got a little bit too greedy hanging around that tier 2 push.
The Ursa needs to be either the Sven, needs to be the Bane. You don't have anyone with an escape mechanism really outside the Surge, and just so the Surge isn't really getting you any farther away. You're just running at the same speed as that here because they have so little to deal with it unless they are in mass force.
The Ursa's nice.
And saying that, you know, they were getting the better of some engagements, the net worth difference is already no advantage or anything. So we're going to see Relo here.
Okay, relocate over here because all 5-man here on Spirit. No hope for the solo Sven.
Yep.
And they will punish the Io on the relocate back to the top lane. But Io for Sven at 5k, but I think at the moment it's just the fact that there's a lot of momentum on this Ursa and London Conspiracy
that he can get that gives him enough catch. It's Funnick here, quite low. Sunstrike. Oh. I'm not sure though that the options for London
earlier. Yeah. But it's just the opportunity for that's not being given to them.
He's almost got Aghanims, man.
And his Blink Axe.
Middle tower is under attack.
I mean, you Starmer as well. They've got so many ways that Team Spirit can just protect this Ursa.
You got to kind of commend Goblak's drafting though as well. I mean, they're going to go on him here, but
if they can do this,
they really can't. They really can't.
Yeah. And now Illidan just storms and says, "You want to fight? We'll do it." Great doom straight down onto Baby Knight. Baby Knight is gone. 45 seconds off the clock here for the Invoker. Funnick TP's in as well. They're looking for more. They sprout by, but do they have the detection? They're dust in 10 seconds. All right. I was going to say, always want to flies on it.
I mean, they were following him quite well there for a minute.
A little bit unfortunate there that was still on CD.
The real issue, too, stems from the fact that the only person on London Conspiracy who can reliably split push and maybe get away is Darkseer because he has Surge. Until Sven had Blink Dagger, he had no escape mechanism, so if a relocate comes in, he's going to die to the Ursa just like anyone else would.
I mean, this is the thing, I guess, with London Conspiracy's draft. In terms of someone that's going to be able to man-fight the Ursa, you'd hope it would be the Sven, but Sven, I guess, isn't that great really against an Ursa, and especially when he's got half the net worth of the Ursa.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
There's no hope getting this Ursa, this Sven in the fight unless you lock down the Ursa and have a perfect fight.
Okay.
There's a nice vacuum wall coming out. Jellapi's trying to fight from the sidelines, but he pops the Ghost Ray. He's just not doing enough damage, and there's your Ursa. 3-shotting the Sven. He's gone. And now Iceberg just diving the base here, looking for Baby Knight. One more touch will do it. There'll be a Fiend Script coming out onto Iceberg. They're trying to turn, but they've already lost their 2 main damage dealers in the form of the Sven and the Invoker. They're looking to lose more now as Biver's going to get dropped. It's a double kill for Iceberg. They're going to lose the Bane as well.
This could just be GG, honestly. Like, they are getting massacred.
I mean, would you say this is this just an outplay, or is this quite significantly a draft loss as well?
I don't think it's necessarily a huge draft loss.
Okay.
I just think that London Conspiracy's lanes had to go perfectly. I really think that's the biggest issue. We're going to see Kefka just get annihilated here by an Ursa, but the biggest thing for London Conspiracy, again, the Bounty Hunter had to do a lot, the Bane had to do a lot. If we look back at the laning phase, we see the Lich Doom lane completely shutting down Jellapi during the early stages. I mean, that's being reflected here. He can't do anything, right?
GG,
and yeah, there's the GG.
But
this is basically what happens, and when you have a lineup like London Conspiracies and you're playing against a dire Ursa with a Wisp, you absolutely need to win your laning phase. And when you don't, and they get Roche, and they get every single criteria they need to meet to run the mid game, and you don't have anything to control that Ursa, this is the result. Like, you just get ran at, and then you lose.
Yeah. That was a rough game there for LC. But I mean, I guess coming into game 2 against Team Spirit, what do you do that you don't do there? Or what, more importantly, do you not let Team Spirit do? Do you take away any of these heroes?
I think Ursa was the biggest issue, but you can't really like first phase ban an Ursa. So if they get dire for the second game, which I would be kind of surprised, then maybe just think about banning it if Team Spirit are there in second phase, because you're not going to open up Ursa, or maybe they would. You know, maybe Goblack's feeling really confident in the way that they took this game.
I mean, after that game, I guess they could be feeling very.
But the first ban phase is also a little bit weird this game, you know. So maybe we'll see different first bans instead, and then the game will be played out in a different way. But I don't think their plan was bad. I just think their plan required a lot of execution.
Yes. Well, I think there's been a lot of series that have started like this, to be fair. Over the last 2 days, we've had series where game 1 has been a little bit of a stomp, but then game 2, it's been closer, and sometimes the team that kind of got binned in the first game steps it up and takes the game back.
Absolutely.
So, don't go anywhere, because we may just see London Conspiracy step it up against Team Spirit and take a game against them. But of course, Team Spirit, they lead the series 1-0. We're going to head over to a short ad break, and then straight back to the panel. We'll see you guys in a bit for more Dota 2.
Champions of the night, yeah. Are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night.